Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above, or Sunday morning if you're on the other side of the world. Hope you're all having an amazing, amazing weekend, and I'm excited for what comes through this evening. I'm just going to get my desktop all set up here as per usual, so that'll take me just a quick moment. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. We've got a great group of people, wonderful senses of humor, huge hearts. It's a great combo. So, welcome to the tribe. And almost a setup here. All right. And if you're wondering how all this works, uh, free readings, we move down the chat. First come, first serve. The chat is the list, there's no special list. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. And I step out of the free readings. I dive deeper into those readings as well. And then I return back and move my way down the list. That's how that works. But before we get started, I do like to start off by sending love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, um, I definitely welcome that. Whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together and send love out to the world. Never downplay your impact that you can make on the world. One person putting out unconditional love to the world helps transform and counterbalance a million individuals having lower vibrational energy. And if a bunch of us do that, that's all that impact. But when we do it together, it doesn't just add, it multiplies. So thank you for joining me in doing that. And I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. So if you join me. Beautiful. As I bring my singing bowl in, just imagine that beautiful love flowing down, filling us up, and flowing out to the world. You get to be filled up first, and then the overflow goes to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. That's going to continue to sing back here for a little bit. I hit it a little hard there. Sorry if that was loud. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So thank you for that. And then before we get into the actual readings, I like to make sure people know a lot about what we have to offer. All my monthly memberships and my beautiful donations, and anyone that purchases my services, all that supports me in being able to offer free content. And so I want to make sure you're aware of all that. If you haven't checked out the 2024 energy updates, here is it's a forecast and it's a playlist that offers for every sign for the year. We talk about, of course, love, money, career, and we split out the year into 3 sections with 4 months each. That brings in this messages for that. Sorry, that's still ringing behind me over here. You probably don't hear it anymore, but I can hear it. Wee. And then also, I did create solstice readings that are good from December 21st to March 21st. So these are still fresh here. And there's also a second portion added onto that. Pick a card that has, readings for each individual zodiac sign. And there's a few different ways you can use that is included in that video as well. And then each month, I do put out a pick a card for the zodiac sign of whatever it has moved into. We just moved into Aquarius. So here's a pick a card for everyone. Happy Aquarius season and happy birthday to all you Aquarius sun babies. There is a link in there for a bonus birthday reading that's good for 3 months from your date of birth forward 3 months. If you're a Capricorn, there's also one left over in there. So if you check out my playlists, there's the birthday sun readings in there, and you can get yours too. The other thing I do once a month is a meditation pilgrimage. It's called a pilgrimage meditation. Here's the one that was at the beginning of January. And so we go to some beautiful mystic site. Sometimes it's on the planet. Right now, it's been on the planet, but we'll be headed off into space one of these days. Uh, as far as, spiritually. We're not gonna board a rocket ship, don't worry. But this one was the heart chakra of the earth, which is the Glastonbury tour in England, and it had a beautiful meditation and 4 pick a cards, with some great information if you're interested. Then every other week, besides those 2 type of pick a cards, in those other 2 weeks, I either do the new moon or full moon alert. This is the Leo full moon from a couple days ago. Talk about release ceremonies, the energy you can use, and how to best use that with the pick a card. And then the new moon is new moon wishes, and that offers you information on how to make the most of those new moon wishes as well. So those are the free things I offer. There's tons of playlists out there with timeless readings too. So if you're interested, you can check them out. Also, if you're interested in any of my services, all of it is listed down in the description box. I do offer personal readings, um, past life readings. I just introduced relationship readings, and here's a link to that in a video. There's 6 different types, and I created these based on a lot of information I get in these live readings about what are when people want to know when it comes to relationships. And they're half off until the end of February, so you can check those out. And then also I introduced birthday readings at the towards the end of December. Those are half off still until the end of January. So a few days left for that. All right, so that's the skinny on all of that stuff. So let me move all that out of the way and we'll get started into the readings. I'm going to be using this beautiful tarot, round tarot, this evening. And so we'll do that. And we'll start with, we have a couple donations. So we will start there. And get all these done here. All right. Yeah, we have a few donations. So we'll start with Johanna. Thank you so much, Johanna, for your donation and for being one of my YouTube channel members as well. So thank you so much for all of your support and for this beautiful donation. Good to see you. Hi again. And you're curious whether you knew Alexander in a past life too. All right, let's take a look here and we will see, what does Spirit want you to know about? Is there any past life that you had together? All right, so I got these. All right. All right, cards are flying out here everywhere. All right. I do feel like you guys did, because you've got the 2 of cups on the bottom of the deck, which does show that there was partnerships, and you even got the 10 of cups. So you guys had some great lifetimes together. I feel like there's multiple uh, you know, being listed here. You have the star card too, which is about, connecting to our higher selves. I feel like interesting enough that you guys were actually like spirit guides for each other in lifetimes too. So when you don't come down as a human, you're like, you still hang out as your spirit guide posse, and they're part of that as well. So you guys have both done that to each other. So I feel like you guys really have this kind of tight bond, because there's a lot of this duality that comes in with all of these cards too. I mean, you've got the devil card with the duality of the stuff that you guys have gone through. Again, these, and even the 2 of swords brings in this, duality of different types of past lives together. So I definitely think that you did with all of this, with all of these, even the even this 5 of Pentacles has 2 people that went through some stuff together. So you definitely, have this, different type of experiences. You guys, do take time off, though. They're like, no, no, you go this time. I'll just be your support. I'll be up here as your spirit guide. Um, so you definitely have in the past some different experiences, different partnerships. Even that Two of Cups represents romantic, friends, family, and then also higher self, like spiritual support as well. So you definitely did, right? So you definitely hung out a lot, and I like that. That's why there's this. You might even have just kind of a unique comfort level with them and feel like you know them really well because you do. You actually, as a spirit guide, we know each other really, really intimately in a way because we know thoughts and emotions and everything. They feel everything we do. There's nothing hidden, and that's why there's this kind of like wow, that is there. So that is what we have for that, Johanna. So definitely so. I like it. And if you're interested in any past life readings, as I mentioned, I do offer those as well. All that information's in the description box if that catches your or anyone's fancy. I love doing them. I get to get the whole stories of how we, especially if you want it with a person and going, what lifetime does spirit want us to know about? And they'll bring in the lifetime, or if you have a that's like a half hour is usually like one lifetime, and an hour is a couple or sometimes three lifetimes, and they really get into detail of why, what we had in each of those lifetimes, and then also why they want us to know about those specific lifetimes for this lifetime because there's this um, cohesiveness sometimes, and I'm just blown away by them. So I love them. All right, so that's what they have for you right now. So thank you so much, Johanna. And Mia, thank you for your donation. Let's give that some love here. Let's see, I see your name down here. There you are. Hey, hey. So last this is the this is the last about F for at least now. You're so funny. Will he think you're completely crazy after reading you, or maybe will he like your straightforwardness and the way you expressed it? All right, let's take a look here and see what will they think here. What will their immediate, and then will it change here? You got 3 2 1. There's a countdown. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like they appreciate your straightforwardness with these because the end result is the 10 of cups. The In the 3 2 1, here's your one card, which is the 10 of cups. So that definitely is this abundance and happiness, and they're like, yeah, they have joy around it, which I like. They also You've got kind of this counterpart thing going on. The King of Wands, in a way, is like the magician, because they have the magic wand that they um, roll over and are able to wield, and the High Priestess is, in a way, a counterpart. And that's when I saw these come out together. I'm like, I don't think they're gonna feel like you're weird or odd or crazy. I feel like they're going like, well, you're gonna be their kind of crazy. They're gonna like, I get it. You know, I feel like you guys have a lot more in common than than you see on the surface, and you realize that you are quite the same in some important ways, and so I feel like they will appreciate that coming in there. So and right, oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. And then the overall. I mean, you even got the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, which the Knight of Cups is in service of the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is a balance between heart and mind. And so I do feel like, again, you're in the same kingdom. You might just have different levels of duty, but you're in the same kingdom. I feel like with these here, and even got the Six of Swords, which is movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. There's this smooth communication that comes in with this too. So, it's very much there's this coordination of all this that comes in. So I do like that for you here. And it feels very there's a lot of great emotion and mind, movement. The Knight of Cups is emotional movement, and the mind, the Six of Swords is mental movement. So I like it. I think it comes out very well here by these cards. So I like it. I like it. I like it. You are very welcome. All right. So let's get those cards back in there. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Infinity is one. Thank you for the black cat. I like it. And let's see here. There you are. What was it your friend that you saw the other day? All right. We will take a look here and see what we have that comes in here. So was that your friend that you saw the other day? Yeah, I think that'd be a yes or no question, but you got more cards. 1, 2, 1, 2, 12, 12. What is that about? All right, let's take a look here. All right. I feel here that you've got the two of cups coming in here, which is about friendships, relationships, and all that. So that would be that. Yeah, it is someone that you know here, but it feels like they've changed, if that makes sense. Not that like they've gone through a transition or anything, but because we've got the Empress, which is new birth and new creation and power of choice. So two major arcana that these came out together, and I feel like they've gone through some significant changes and choices in their life, um, that they wanted you to know about here. And also, they've got like this hanged man and the Queen of Swords, balancing of heart and mind. And the hanged man is about seeing things from a different perspective, as well as the queen is about, higher understanding and different things like that. And the Eight of Wands, all these came out together. So, you've got the Eight of Wands coming in. I guess I could do it this way. The Eight of Wands coming in, which is a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of, you know, um, action and just so much that has happened in their life as well. So if you were like, wow, you have a different feel about them, a different feel from them. I feel like they really have like evolved. Like they're not a caterpillar anymore; they're a butterfly, and so they really have. Um, I don't feel like you would like recognize them anymore in a way, like you recognize them like face wise and things. But whoever this is, they've gone through a great transformation. Are they still on this side? You weren't like seeing the spirit, right? Because I just feel like they're so evolved with all of this. They're just in this higher place. These, you know, like they've just gone through this huge rebirth. With especially with the Empress and the Hanged Man, just huge, huge being a major arcana to transformations and changes. So I do feel like it was them. And if whether they're here real life or in spirit, if you were seeing them in spirit, but they definitely it was them, and you've had these changes. Ah, okay, yeah. So that is them. Yeah, with all of this here, but it's interesting. I don't know if you've like talked with them before or interacted with them, but they definitely have gone through, like I said, some big changes in their life. So I feel like you'll talk with them and you're like, whoa, you're not, wow, who are you? It's very positive stuff, was what I feel. So that's what's coming in for you. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And you are welcome. And Very good, very good. All right, and then Brenda Tejada, thank you so much for your donation as well. I love your smiley face. And I don't think I saw your question yet, so I'm sure you'll pop it down there. Hey, Aisha, hello, hello. And yeah, there's no adding need to be done. I see your comment up there. Uh, the free readings are first come, first serve. You're putting your question out there is exactly what you needed to do, and I just go down in order. For the free readings, first come, first serve. Right now, I'm just doing some donations, which get priority. So those are what come in there. So I'll eventually get down to your question there. Unless you make a donation, then I will prioritize it. Otherwise, there's a little bit of a long list ahead of you. All right. So Brenda, let me just scroll and make sure you didn't comment up above. And because I know there was a long list here. Well, long, not long, but long. All right. Sure, Brenda, you're probably typing out your question right now. I don't see it anywhere yet. So just in case, you know how sometimes technology doesn't act the way we feel it should. I'm just going to steal a sip here. All right. All right. So, Brenda, what I'm going to do just for the sake of time, thank you, Katie, for your donation. I'm going to jump down to Katie's question. And then as soon as I see your question, I will prioritize and jump to you. So, hey, Katie, thank you so much for your donation there. You're feeling a bit chaotic. Well, welcome to Pluto and Aquarius. Woohoo! And Leo, a full moon leftover energy. And let's see what else. What else is going on inside, right? A lot of planetary stuff that's happening here. So I can understand that. But let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. What would they like you to know is happening? What is going on in there? So, all right. Thank you, Brenda. I will go to you next here since I'm already pulling cards here. All right. So, yeah, I see here you've got the Queen of Cups going in here, Katie. Queen of Cups not only rules over emotion, but she gets a second portion of emotion. So she's the master of emotion, a lot like the High Priestess, but very empathic, very in tune with her emotions. So I feel like Leo Moon is the enemy. No, no. Well, it can be if we want it to be, right? Whatever we focus on, if that's why around a full moon, I'm like, love, love, focus on love, 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 because then love gets expanded and blown, wow, really big, right? But if I'm focusing on my fears, wow, that is amplified as well. So that energy can be in there. But Pluto moving into Aquarius, there's a lot of Pluto's the planet of death and rebirth, and so there's a lot of that energy that's coming in. But with the Queen of Cups, I do feel like you're going through this expansion of you've always felt people's emotions, right? And I feel like that this is expanding. This year is a huge year of change among our entire brotherhood, sisterhood, humanity that's going on. And it's the energies expanding our the ability for us to dive deeper into our subconscious and unconscious and our emotional world expands, and what that does is that allows us to feel all our feelings bigger, but also everyone else's feelings bigger, and with all the stuff going on all around us, there is a lot of chaos, and that could be a lot of the chaoticness that you're picking up on. Um, Something that you might look at, I don't think I have the playlist. Let me see here. Oh, I do. All right. Look at looky there. So if you want, here's and this is for anyone that is feeling this. If you take a look at this Take 10 with Zen on this playlist, episodes 9 and 10 are about the empathic bubble and the gift of the empath, which can help with this energy too. So I like it. Yeah, yeah, it can start with I feel like you're getting activated by a lot of people's emotions around you. So that empathic bubble might help bring in some quiet and help things come here because you do have this death and the rebirth. Here's that Pluto energy. But there's also this is about home. So there might be some energy going on here. Are you looking at moving or do you have a lot of change happening in the home or what you consider home here? Because that is standing out to me here. Some changes with home and there's again, this is that energy. There's a lot, it feels like there's a lot of drama or energy around home for you that is also bubbling up. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely are encouraging you here with the Hermit card to kinda step back and connect higher to the higher realms here. The star and the lantern here is this, connecting to the higher realms, connecting to spirit, and allowing that, energy and connection there. So I like that coming in there. Because they are saying it's really important to step away and have that energy here. Yeah. And here's the Leo. So here's the Leo energy too coming in, which we were just talking about the Leo full moon. But there is this the child self and diving deep. So there is a lot of bubbling up. You are, like you said, a lot of obsessive thoughts. Here's that Seven of Swords, which is really realizing a lot about your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are have been deceiving you and deceiving yourself and where you felt like it's been cheating you out of things in your life. So you are definitely in this internal, that Queen of Cups, the Hermit card, this Leo child self energy. You are definitely looking into all this. Yeah. So you're definitely diving deep in here. Let's see what else they have here for you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely they're encouraging you again. Um, you got the Mother Nature, Mother Nurture card to nurture yourself, and the 9 of here's the 9 of Pentacles, stepping away from the outside world to have this inner time with spirit, which is represented by the falcon here. So you've got this, stepping away, focus on you, nurture yourself. If you can get out into nature, get away from the chaos, that will also help, bring things more into a place of peace and a place of balance that comes in here. And we've got this queen here too. Oh, you did today. Very good. So do that a lot because it's like, maybe you need to sleep outside. Yeah, there you go. Are you aren't you in Colorado? I don't know if you want to do that right now. If I remember. I think are you in Colorado, Katie? But you've got this Queen of Wands, which this also she is able to connect to spirit, with her uh, wands here. And the little black cat represents that empathic ability connecting to spirit and feeling a lot of these emotions. So I feel like where it starts here is you know, there's a lot of amplified emotion that's coming in here. Yeah. So, it helps you, um, you know, get this calmness and to get this peace, like, because this bubble, empathic bubble helps bring in calm and peace there. So if you haven't checked out that playlist for those two, I would definitely take a look at that because it does help at least keep other people's emotions, and especially if you have like children and people and a lot of activity. all these emotions that you're taking on that you're already full, right? And you're getting all these other things that, come in as well. So, um, hurt and pain, those are fear. They're rooted in fear, right? And so when we're, have pain, it's like, okay, let's try to have this, this energy of getting this bubble around you, getting everyone else's emotions separated so you know what's of yours and what's of other people's, so that you can look at your fears and come to this calm place, so you can transform that fear into higher knowledge, higher wisdom for your life. Yeah, you definitely will get better if you take steps for it. One of the things we have to be willing to give up our pain and and the benefit that we've been getting from it, because our little human self gets feels like it gets great benefit from being in pain. And it's like, okay, I'm done, feeling all this. And I want to move on. I want to choose higher vibration. I want to move up here. And that starts. So start with taking a look at those couple of videos, um the episodes 9 and 10 with the empathic bubble and the gift of the empath, because it talks about your power to push out love, to surround yourself like with this bubble for this peace, and have that as well. And if you're interested, if you check out in the description box of the video, there's also I have a hedge of peace and love that's like a 2-week process that helps push out all this, chaos, and allows you to have like a break from everything to allow yourself processing time too. So if you check that out, those are listed in the description box too. Yeah. Well, our human, I'm reading a book right now in our praying mantis session called Letting Go. And part of it, it's like our our small self enjoys um these feelings of victimhood, these feelings of um attention that we can get from other people when we're not doing well. And people are like, oh, no, 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 and it learns from it, from being in childhood. And so our little small self is like, it likes to hold on to that, whether it's negative attention or whatever. It just goes, it's attention. And it likes feeling things. It's really interesting when we read it, and it's like, wow, it's just like blew me away, because I'm like, "Oh, I remember. I remember." But it is, it's just part of humanity. It's part of our small self, what it's how it's designed and how it learned. And then but we are more than that, and that allows us to transform from it. But I feel like if you start with like those empathic bubble and that true gift, that's a good stepping stone for that, to move towards that. So that's what's coming in, Katie. Hang in there, my dear, my dear, my dear. Yeah. And the constantly thinking is like the judgment, the guilt, has that type of energies that come in with that. It loves, judging ourselves. It likes keeping us in that loop. And we're like, you know what? It's okay. I am okay. But definitely it's changing that emotional energy, which can start with, like I said, that empathic bubble. And the true gift of the empath that makes us realize, wait, who I truly am is a being of unconditional love and light, and I can push that out. Yeah. Absolutely. Kitty, kitty. You're welcome, Katie. Hang in there, my dear. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions on that empathic bubble and gift true gift of the empath if you look at those. All right. So many, many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. So, Johanna, thank you so much for your additional donation there. And for anyone else, I see a couple of people asking, did you miss me? Have I got there? Are we done with the? Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Johanna. Brenda, I need to do that first. So, thank you, Johanna. You're so sweet. Got to keep this little boy on track. But no, I have not started the free readings yet. So that answers a lot of people's questions right away. So thanks for asking. So thank you. So Brenda, Brenda, thank you for your donation and for your patience. So for this week between Arnold, French, and you, all right, Brenda, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Yeah, I just keep going and flowing, don't I? All right. Let's see what we got going on here. You do have, the bottom of the deck, it starts off with the 5 of Wands. So it feels like there might just be a little bit of misunderstanding or conflicting energy at the beginning of the week, but it transforms. The 5 is a good transformation number. So I don't feel like there's, any it's not like, "Oh, it's a big blow up," I just feel like they're just letting you know the energy starts off a little wonky. It sounded bad. Wonky in the beginning, and it smooths out, throughout the week. Let's see what we take a look here. Okay, yeah, I see. And then what else do we have here? Okay, yeah. So this is I see here the beginning of the week. It looks like they are in huge super control mode going on here. I feel like there's some sort of event that's going on here in their life with the 4 of Wands, some sort of gathering, and we got the Emperor and the King of Swords. So a lot of thinking, the Emperor who rules over all this. So I feel like there's something going on with them that causes them to kind of be a little sensitive at the beginning. So they want you to know that, this has nothing to do with you. This is all about what's going on with them. And so they've got this whatever stressful event that's happening in their life, and they having to organize it and be there and prepare, and their stress around. I feel like they are like you know because the emperor rules over all the kings, so I feel like that's like their boss or someone in charge that they're trying to please, and they're like, oh, I don't want to mess up this event. So they're very stressed at the beginning of the week, which causes them to be kind of with everyone, right? Very task oriented, and not a whole lot of compassion and feeling that are there. It's like, whoa, okay. So that's how it starts out. But that's why I say it ends up turning in better throughout the week here. So there's this, great amount of joy and celebration and kind of this fresh journey and adventure that kind of starts between the two of you here. There's a nice equal giving and receiving with the 6 of Pentacles here. So I feel like it turns out toward the end of the week that maybe you guys do go on an adventure, maybe literally go on um, do something fun, do something unique without expectations. And there's a lot of fun and a lot of joy and a lot of equal giving and receiving here. So I feel like it ends up being, nice there. Maybe they even take you to the event. I don't know, but I like it. It starts off like, wow, why are you being a douche? To me. And then it's like, okay. And then they end up kind of making it up to you, going, I'm sorry, I know I was stressed, and thanks for being understanding. And I kind of, I like that they are aware of it at least. And then, they know when they get tasky, they get a little bit cranky. So that's what I feel is coming in there, Brenda. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. All right. And so, Johanna, thank you, Johanna, for letting me again, keeping me on track. And you wanted to know here. So, any other messages from spirit that you haven't caught? You've seen samurais everywhere for some reason lately. Uh oh. Maybe that's the past life coming back. Oh, Samurai Hana. Let's take a look here. I know that I had tons of lifetimes and experiences in the Orient. As I since I was very young, I've always been so attracted to, even kung fu movies. I would I would be looking at all the the architecture and everything. I just love the whole culture of all that and the attraction there. Yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, it's funny. Well, look, you've got the world and the world here, so it's like a whole nother world that you had seen before. So I do like that. I do feel like there's this draw, and I do feel like it's from another lifetime here. Let me just take a look here. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at all these things here. Yeah. So definitely, and I feel like, um you've got the dream time here, right? The unconscious and the subconscious and I feel like these are all these different lifetimes that have these emotions that are bubbling up through your subconscious like we were talking about here. This Pluto energy and this Leo energy I just feel like is bringing us into these beautiful new places and awareness and just getting it all over the place from, you know, we're starting to go, why am I like, why do I have these feelings for these people? And why do I feel drawn? And it's because there's so much, of our past life connections that are bubbling and we're becoming more aware of. And if you look into the Pluto Aquarius energy, Pluto, it's going to be a couple decades of feeling sisterhoods and brotherhoods and gatherings and I feel it has so much to do with this stuff bubbling up from the surface. Yeah, it'd be cool to have been a samurai. I definitely can imagine here. I mean, you've got this, here we go again with this, past life with your cousin, right? Isn't this what we got? But there's like all of this, duality that is coming in here, these, different lifetimes that have happened here. And yeah, and even got the balancing out of energies, the justice, the six of swords, which is like these movement across water, and the four of wands is like there's this joy and celebration and this gathering that's coming together here. um, I'm just wondering here. Yeah, I even got the death and rebirth, so multiple lifetimes. So I definitely see that here. This is why you've been seeing the samurai. It's important for you with these three cards. I just feel like there's an important event to connect to. Pay real close attention to your dreams too, because I feel like they're trying to tell you about this is like an event that happened overseas across the waters, which would be like in the Orient, right? But there was this the justice card is the balancing out of fears with higher awareness, right? And I feel like this is such an important thing for you to kind of meditate on and think about and journal and just open yourself up if you haven't tried accessing your Akashic records yet, and this is for anyone, it's so amazing that we can connect to it, and we just need to ask and go, "Okay, so spirit guides, can you help me go into this Akashic library? I really wanna know about this life as a samurai." I definitely feel like you were, and, um, and around those times and go, "What why is this coming up? Why do I need to know about this? What, lessons did I have in that lifetime that I'm bringing into this lifetime that will help me, with this?" And just see what comes out because we have that ability and connection, to do that. Yeah, right, right. And it's coming in. There's this power that comes in and the more you connect with your higher self and realize that you have all these lifetimes and that there's energy that we bring in from all these lifetimes, which we can get into talking about lifetimes and take up an entire 2 hours. But there's this, we're living all the lifetimes all at the same time. There's no time or space. That's a human concept. But we're living all those lifetimes and we're all sharing our experiences amongst all our lifetimes. It can really like blow our minds, but it's like, we'll focus on this lifetime, live this lifetime. But when things come up and things, do move forward in our lifetimes and these things come to us, they're coming to us for a reason. So I would definitely ask your guides because there's something to do with things you learned as a samurai that you're bringing into this lifetime and seeing things differently, right? So I like it. I like it. So that is why, and that is what they'd like you to consider. All right. So many blessings to you, Johanna, and thank you for your additional donation. And infinity is one. Thank you for your unicorn. I love it. And you want to know here, does Tex have any kids? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want us to know? Let me just shuffle these up here. You are very welcome. All right. Okay. Those must be the cards. All right. Well, they got the 10 of Pentacles, which has children on it. So I feel like it is, and I feel like they might have two with the 2 of Wands here. But I feel like they might be with 2 different people too. 'Cause I feel like there's one from a past relationship, like an earlier, and then one from a recent relationship. So I feel like they might have 2 children coming in here. Let me see, let me get clarity on that 2 of Wands, because I just feel like yeah, we got the King of Wands. So the King of Wands does tell me, like, they've calmed down their jets a little bit, because the Knight of Wands is like a young prince that's like a little chihuahua going around humping everyone's legs. They got so much passion that, you end up with maybe a couple children. But now with the King of Wands, the king is more understands balancing their passion. And so I feel like they've calmed down quite a bit from when they were, what do they call it? Something about harvesting their oats or something. It's something I'm totally getting it wrong, but it's something about oats. But they've moved beyond that now. But I definitely feel like with these cards, it does feel like they do have some like 2 children, but I do feel like they're from 2 different people. So that's what's coming in here. Yeah, even the Queen of Pentacles, we've got that's birthing and so I definitely feel um children there. Glad you have a sense of humor. Sow their oats. That's what it is. They were sowing their oats. SOWING, right? Reaping and sowing. It's sowing your oats, not harvesting. Well, kind of it. That's kind of the concept, right? Oh, all right. I'm glad you guys love me. I'm glad Spirit is smart. That's what I'm glad about. All right. So thank you again for your donation. Infinity is one. And then Alex X, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that some love since it lets me. And you'd like a love reading? Absolutely. So let's take a look here. Thanks for all the hearts, everybody. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know about love? All right, that one here, and this one, and that one, but this one first, and then that one. Whoa. And that one. All right. So let's see what we got going on here regarding love, Alex. All right. Okay. Just a matter of time. Yay, yay, yay. All right. So we've got here regarding love, and it does feel like there's kind of some fun ahas going on, some, different energies that are coming in here. So, regarding love, there's a lot of emotional confusion coming in, the 5 of Wands coming in. And so we've got this, working out of things, fives and seven, these odd numbers, we've got that means there's something blocking our way, but it's blocking our way so that we transform it and we deal with it and we see it. So I like this conflict. It's happening to clear things up, and it is bringing you towards love and abundance. That's definitely on its way and it's possible. The 7 of Pentacles is it's last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So things are slowly moving along, but things are slowly moving towards this because it's given you the opportunity to remove these lower vibrational energies and emotions so that this is possible at a higher place. And that's why things go slower and slow down for us in the love arena, because it's for us. Otherwise, we'll draw in lower vibrational relationships and people and situations, and we're like, "Bleh, I've had enough of that," right? I feel like you have. So it's like we're moving forward, um, you know, with all this here. I like it. I feel like part of what's gonna happen here first is that you're going to meet a tribe here. You're going to have 2 best friends that come in here, and because this is you 3 celebrating and this joy. So, I feel like this is the part of, because you all help each other with your love and with your belief around each yourselves, and I like it. It's like almost like 2 sisters that you have. It feels like they're sisters, not like really blood, but like you're like, yeah, and you're like, we're gonna be best friends forever, and you really are, and you support each other. And I love this because they're telling you here, one is very a nurturing person, very down to earth, maybe even an earth sign, but they're very much about nurturing, and they might even be a mother already, but um just a solid grounding individual here. And then you also have the Queen of Wands. So these are the 2 people that you meet. She's very fiery, probably a fire sign, very motivated, very action. This one's like very grounding and very, kind of calmer. This one's very go, 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 let's go, let's go. That she'll be the one that draws you guys out to go do things, but very intuitive too and connected. So she's the one that will, but there's, all the queens have cups. And so there's all this emotional connection that you have too. And so that's what happens first. There's this preparation before you guys, before you head off into where the love of your life comes in. But these 2, the 3 of you will be best of friends for your entire life, and I love that for you because you guys will call each other on each other's poo poo caca and be like, "What are you thinking?" Like if we're ever attracted to someone and they're just like, "Isn't this the same person you've dated like 5 times, but in someone else's body?" And you're like, "Oh my god, it is." So I love but it's very loving, in a wonderful sense of support. So I like that for you, Alex. So that is what they have for you. Many blessings to you. I like it. No, God's daughter, I haven't started any of the free readings yet. I've just been doing the donations, so haven't missed your turn. All right, and I think that is it for the donations. So let me move this stuff out of the way, and we are scrolling to the top, and we are starting off here. So first up for the first free reading, we have Felicia. Hey, Felicia, thank you so much for mentioning about the thumbs up. I get so caught up in readings, I neglect showing appreciation for all of you that give a thumbs up to the video. Something free that everyone can do, and it helps spread the Zen love. So I really appreciate that support. It does definitely help me out. So thank you. And it's free, which is the best price, right? All right. So, Felicia, you want to know, is the BT job delayed? Any information about the outcome? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Is there a delay? No, I don't feel like there's a delay. We have the 8 of Wands, so things I feel like you're gonna get answers quickly out of nowhere. This is like a whoosh, it comes in, very fast, very furious. And the 2 of Wands comes in here too, and I feel like this 2 of Wands is the energy. Whatever we focus our energy on is what grows and expands, and, mentioned that we're reading this book called Letting Go in our praying mantis session, and one of the things that, with this energy, it's amazing because in our readings here, Spirit says whatever we focus on, we draw in. So if we're focusing on what we're missing, then we're telling the universe, I really enjoy missing this. So can you make me miss it a little more? So being aware of where you're focusing your energy is an important part of this too. But in this book, they talked about with desire, it's like when we have a lot of energy around, I haven't got this yet. I haven't got this yet. Our energy is inviting not having got this yet. But when we write it down going, I want this job, and then we let it go, and we let go going, whether I get it or not is fine. But I know what I want, but I'm also letting the connection to it go to where it's not I don't have all this energy around it of want, right? It's like I do want that job, but I'm okay whether I get it or not when we release it. They call it the boy girl syndrome. When boy wants girl, girl's not interested. When boy turns his back and goes, "All right, I don't want it," or "I don't care," then the girl, "Oh, I want the boy," and that's what the example they gave, if that helps. So I like it for you. I feel like you're going to get answers, but it'll come in faster if you be aware of the energy that's being in towards it. So, all right. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, I did do yours. Yours were before. Let me see here. I just did Felicia. And before that was Alex. Before that was Infinity. Before that was Johanna, and then yours. So what's that? One, two, three, four. So it's like 5 people ago is when I did yours. So because Infinity had to remind me. I mean, so Johanna had to remind me because I was about to skip forward, and she's like, Brenda." So we did take care of that. You're very welcome, Felicia. All right. So that was it for Felicia. And then Bonita, you are up next. So, Bonita, you want to know how things will go for you in the coming weeks. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? What is the heads up? Here we go. All right. Well, this is a good combo. I know it looks scary at the beginning, but do not worry. Because if the Three of Swords is about expectations equal disappointment, and, there's these feelings of heartache and heartbreak, but I feel like that's the past. Because the Eight of Swords here shows that you're becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that used to make you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And it comes back to these fears, this past pain that you had. But these next coming weeks is this release. Eights are good numbers of flow. It's like a river. If you think of eight as 4 things on each side, there's this beautiful flow in the middle. Whereas like a 7 or a 9 has this big boulder in the middle, which keeps flow from happening. But with this um, Eight of Swords, it shows that you are moving past and transforming some old thinking, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that used to hold you back. So I feel like there's this leaping forward in the next coming weeks because you're not allowing things to hold you back anymore. Things that you're like, why do I believe that? And you're getting to the root of it, going, oh, I remember why now. So boom, we're going to move past that. So that's what's coming in here for you. Yeah, Kimberly, you can. You're actually next, so you can change your question right now. Do it now because you're next. So I will hold off on doing yours until I see your question there. So for the sake of time, You're welcome, Bonita. I'm gonna jump to Grace 1111, and then as soon as I see your revised question, Kimberly, you'll be up. All right, so Grace 1111, you wanted a general reading. Whoa, all right. Cards are flying. Look out. Psh, pshoo. Good thing you guys aren't here. You might have lost an eye. Just kidding. I'm getting giddy. Energy starting to flow in a fun way here. But you have joy and celebration. Maybe that's what I just felt here too, coming in here. And I like this. You got the King of Cups, who is the balancer, one of the balancers between head and heart, balancing between emotion and thinking. And the Three of Cups is coming in. There's this joy, this celebration, this movement and change of mindset that's coming in here. And I like this. It just feels like what helps you if you feel like you've been in a little bit of a downer or kind of like, well, just kind of not feeling life. I feel like choosing joy, choosing celebration. If you have some friends to go hang out with, find your tribe, go spend some time with those people who always make you laugh, always, you don't get together with them often, and I feel like it's time for you to get together with them because it's time to kind of re-energize all of your batteries and to go just have a night of I don't care and laughing and being silly and game night or going to a movie or out to dinner or drinks or whatever it is that this little group that you get together with, it's time because it'll help you transform and kind of get out of your head a little bit and just kind of, have your heart like those little clear boop. And it's like, okay, I feel alive again. Thank you. So I feel like it's time to fill that battery up. All right. So that's what they have for you, Grace 1111. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Kimberly, your revised question is how will Marshall feel if he knew that you knew the things he was hiding from you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what would be going on in Marshall's heart if he knew that you knew what he knew. All right. So we've got the Queen of Cups, who is the ruler over emotion. And I just feel like, and the Hierophant here too is like someone who sees things from a higher perspective and has this, pursuement of higher truth and who am I really? And I don't know. I get this feeling here, Kimberly, from Marshall that they they're used to feeling so much emotion and all of this. I don't feel like it bothers them. The energy that I have is like they had such a emotional and unstable childhood, even into their teenage years. I just feel like they had such a extreme life that they feel like what they're hiding, what they feel is like, you know what? That's nothing. This is normal. I feel like they had such a extreme, like I said, extreme childhood and teenage years that they're just like, you think this is bad? Is their attitude, and everyone has had different upbringings, and so everyone has different thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations and rules and judgments and everything else that when if someone goes, I know this is what you're hiding, you're just like, eh, so, you know, you think that's bad. Wait, let me tell you about my life, and it's like, oh wow, okay, and I feel like this is their kind of the attitude that they have at this point in their life. Because I don't feel like they've like went back and dealt with it. I feel they stuffed so much of their past down that um they're like, you think that's all I'm hiding? Let me tell you about my entire life. And and you will think that's small in comparison, is the kind of the attitude I feel with that, Kimberly. So, wow. Wow. I mean, I feel like they're just glad they're still alive type of energy, and that, they feel very, um, not proud of themselves, but they're just like, I feel lucky I survived, and I'm just trying to do the best I can with all of that. And they haven't gone back and looked at anything and transformed anything, so it does feel like a big burden that they carry. So, interesting. But that's what's coming in, Kimberly. Hopefully that helps understanding going, "Oh, wow, okay." And that explains a lot of, these things that they're hiding. It's just like I feel like there's things that they do out of fear and based on all their past belief systems that have been created through praise and punishment, but mainly punishment. So so that's what's coming in there, Kimberly. Many blessings to you. And Lynx Lee, you're up next. You wanted a love reading. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about love? Love, love, love. All right. So you're on a little bit of a journey here. You got the Five of Cups, and I feel like you're in this transformation of, you know, we're taught as humans to look at the spilt cups, our fears, things that haven't worked out, the things we fear will fail, all those delicious lower vibrational emotions, right? But I feel like you're in this process of transforming that and realizing that all this stuff was rooted in fear, lower vibration, all those energies are rooted ultimately in fear, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing conditional love, all that delicious stuff. We come here to experience that. Nothing wrong with it, just different. But we have the choice of emotion that stands behind us. And if we realize that I don't have to, I have a choice, I could continue to do this, but there's this freedom that comes when we realize you don't have just one choice. You have a choice between lower vibration and higher vibration. We can choose that when we want unconditional love and joy and laughter and celebration and gratitude and all that. And I feel like that's what you're learning is I don't have to choose this. I have another choice. And but neither is right, neither is wrong. You have this um Knight of Swords here, who this knight is in pursuant of seeing higher truths, seeing things from a higher perspective. And once you are able to grasp this Ace of Swords, because they're on a quest to find this sword, once we do, we're able to cut away some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve us anymore regarding love and releasing these emotions and transforming these emotions. And that's what brings in the Eight of Wands, which brings in some passion out of nowhere. And because as we change our emotions, as we change our thoughts and our stories, and we're changing on the inside, it changes on the outside. And there's this, beautiful energy that comes with that. So there's like all that energy we were investing in maintaining old emotions and old belief systems takes energy. When we release and transform them, all that energy comes back to us, which allows movement forward with love. But when we have lower vibrational energies, it does hold us back. So that's what they want you to know right now regarding love, Linksley. So a little bit of stuff that has to happen before we move forward on that. So yeah, sure, Kimberly, whatever you want to believe. It's totally this is what spirit is saying. So you know, um, that we take what we want from it and we leave what we don't want behind. So definitely. All right. So, angel blessings, you are up next. So, how will your romantic partner be? Let's see. What is spirit willing to tell you here? But, Kimberly, there is a reason why people are private, though, too, right? They learn to keep everything close to themselves. All right. So, angel blessings. Let's focus in on what does spirit want you to know about your romantic partner. All right. So, there we go. So we've got the Ace of Swords first here. They are someone who has, like, this pursuit of education. They're like the ever you have someone who's like the never-ending student of life. They wanna learn. They're very much about, studying things. They're always learning something new. So they're always seeking this higher information, this higher knowledge, right? And even with this, hanged man, they like seeing things from different perspectives. They like very open-minded. They're not closed-minded. They like to be able to see, things from different viewpoints, and they learn from that. And I almost feel like kind of maybe a Sagittarius type energy, which Sagittarius rules over higher thought, but they love to learn about foreign places and different things, and maybe even they like to travel a little bit because they like to go enmesh themselves like, "Oh, let's go check out the pyramids," or "Let's go to Machu Picchu," or, I feel like they like to go find and look at history and learn about things, so, I like that for you, and that's what they want you to know, so woo-hoo-hoo. You're like, "Do you like to travel?" 'Cause, I feel like they like to too. So, but that's what's coming in angel blessings, so many blessings to you. Alright. And so we are to Pinky. Pinky, you wanted some divine guidance. All right. Yeah, we have started free readings. For anyone that's asking here, we still have quite a list here. So, Pinky, divine guidance. Let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Wow. So, you got the Ace of Wands, and you also have the Queen of Swords, who she's the balances between head and heart coming in here. And so there's this, passion that your heart would want to kind of pursue and experience, right? And it's kind of like if you have a decision to make, there's this, allow your heart to have a seat at the table, and don't make decisions strictly from the mind. Because when we make decisions just from the mind, we can be making it from fears, old ways of thinking, this conditioning that we've grown up with, but also it'll be logical, which is good. It's good not to not, make it just from the heart. It's a good balance because when we make decisions strictly from the heart, we end up doing things that are stupid. It's like, oh, but there's this good balance between the head and the heart because the heart needs to live, it needs to beat, it needs to be able to express the passion that's within it. And the mind is like, yeah, but we're not going to jump off a cliff. Let's dial it back a little bit. But, making decisions strictly from the head is boring and it's just existing. Making decisions strictly from the heart can be reckless and, um, bring us a lot of stuff to recover from. But a beautiful balance between the two is what spirit is bringing in around divine guidance. It's allow a little bit of both to come into play here, right? Write a column, get a piece of paper and put a line down the middle, write heart and head. And what does the heart want? What does the head want? And have this beautiful mesh between the two. There's a compromise that's available that can meet both. So that's what they have for you, Pinky. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Smooth Life, you are up next. So, Spirit's messages for your love life. All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about your love, love, love? All right. Yeah, I like this here. You have the 3 of Swords, which represents our old feelings of what it might feel like to be heartbroken and disappointment. But we got the Death card, the death and the rebirth that's coming in here. So I do like this because it is time to let it's like transform some of the old let him go. uh, these old feelings of heartbreak and this realizing that what made us feel like our heart was broken wasn't that our heart could ever be broken, it's too powerful. It was feeling fear. And when we have this heartbroken feeling and we are like, I don't want to be heartbroken again, it's like, well, it's I don't want to fear again. and we will fear again unless we face that fear. And that's what I feel is coming in here with this death card is, what was it that you feared the last time someone's actions or non-actions, words or non-words pricked your heart and went, what does this mean about me? And we're taught, other people's actions define me, but it's not true. It's what we're told. It's a lie. Self-worth comes from inward and upward. Retail price comes from outside world. What am I worth to others? Well, that changes constantly depending on who the person is, and even with the same person, depends on what mood they're in, what season they're in their life, how they're perceiving the world. Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So when other people are seeing us, it's not true. It's not a true picture. How could they ever put a proper retail price on us? So we don't trust retail price because you'll end up on the blue light special Kmart clearance rack. So instead, we turn inward and upward, and that's where we find the capital S itself. And that's what's coming in here is this realizing these fears were based on defining ourselves by someone else's actions. And we're like, oh, they were telling me about them. Their actions were out of fear, because if they're not unconditionally loving, they're out of fear. So their actions were out of fear, and then I took their actions to define me out of fear, and it scared me, and so I love this, you know, transformation that's coming with this, is you're realizing, um, when I define myself by inward and upward for my self-worth is defined by me, with my connection to the capital S self into the spirit world where there's eternal unconditional love, then the world changes around you because you're finding this love within you and you're finding it out there. There's a great, message. We can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. And so when other people weren't able to give us love, that tells you about where their self-love was at too, right? So some great ahas coming in here with messages from spirit here. So that's what they have for you right now, Smooth Life. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, let me know. If you have any questions on what does that mean, um, please ask. All right. So that's what they have for you, Smooth Life. And then a new Sri, you're up next. You'd like messages from your future self. So let's take a look here. What does your future self want you to know right now? All right. All right. Movement, movement. So you do have this, both of these cards are about movement of mind, with the Knight of Swords, because they are on a quest and moving and pursuing higher truths, seeing things from a different perspective, cutting away old thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, those that were rooted in fear, before, all these opinions and thoughts that you were given growing up. And there is this energy of a lot of messages coming in here into your life. The Eight of Wands can be messages from spirit and getting them all over the place. And so they want you to, be aware that the release of these fears and you raising your love vibration, that's the frequency at which spirit speaks. And as you're doing that, be aware of what's happening in your life. You have tons of messages from spirit and your higher self from the outside world. Also, mental messages that just drop into your head, emotional energy messages you get, energetic messages, right? So you're getting these messages all over the place. And, but there's a lot of movement and a lot of these messages that are coming through to ignite you to move forward, to ignite you to see things from different perspectives. So all of this stuff that's coming into your life, all this stuff that feels like it's triggering, and you're seeing all these synchronicities, you're like, what is all this about? Well, this is what it's about. They're bringing you in these messages so you could see things differently. And as you have something trigger out of fear, you're like, oh, this is a fear, right? If it's not of unconditional love in that higher realm, then it's of humans, of mankind, and there's a fear attached to it. And you can look at it and go, oh, okay, so this is what is holding me back. This is what is, bubbling below the surface that's keeping me from being able to, step forward into the next phase of your journey. So I like that for you. That's what they have for you right now, Newsfeed. Hopefully that resonates there for you. But many blessings. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to soul searching vibe. So you want to know, how will your destined partner be? All right. So let's take a look here. They're going to be unlike anybody you have ever met, because you've got the world card, which is the ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. That's free from all these supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's, that, nightmare insomnia card. But this is what we've been taught, like, growing up, of like, well, this is who your partner should be. This is what they should be like. This is how you meet them. This is how you're supposed to be, who you will be in this relationship, and how the relationship goes and how it ends up in the later years, and blah, blah, blah. All these expectations, all these rules. That's what all this is. And that brings a lot of stress. It sucks the life. It does keep us up at night. It gives us nightmares. But this is releasing that. The world card is like, enough of all that. Who you meet is unlike anybody. They, you know, you try to put them in a box and they crush all your boxes. There's someone that's too big to fit in any of these roles in these boxes, and you're like, all right. And when you meet them, I feel like you just have no second guessing, or you have to think about it. You're like, yep, that's gone. Well, they're not that. Okay, doesn't matter. It's just they're so big in your life that these things don't matter anymore. And I love this. It's like such a free feeling, and you just are so in awe of who they are, that you don't care about any of the stuff of the rules. You're like, what list? you know and I like it. And you're not afraid about them not meeting your family's expectations or anything. It's just this beautiful, um like I said, it's unlike anybody. Like, if your family is like, no, they have to be this race, this religion, this job, this blah blah blah, they're like opposite. And they're like, well, there you go. Sorry, the heart loves who it loves. So sorry, fam. But you don't care. I like that for you. So that's what's coming in, soul searching vibe. I'm excited for you. All right. So many blessings to you. And we're continuing on down the list here. All right. So, Goldie, you want to know who is coming with a love proposal? All right. All right. So, you got this Capricorn Saturn energy here too. And I almost feel like this is like a repeat of the reading I just completed, in a way, because they are so different. They do rattle your cage. They do make you question a lot of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had in your entire life. They have the Saturn Capricorn. They help you get out of your head and into your heart here too. And I like this. They do challenge you, um, which I feel is not something like you desire, but something that you really need. Someone who challenges your beliefs, and gets you to open your mind and release a lot of stuff. But I feel like it's mutual, which is good. It's not like you're bowing to them and going, okay, whatever you say is right. But I feel like you guys have some great discussions, very much mental stimulation that comes in here between the two of you. And I like it. It's not someone that just blindly goes, yeah, you're right, honey. They're like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. Have you ever thought of this? And you're like, that's an interesting question. Let's think about that for a moment. Well, have you thought about this? And I'm like, huh, okay, I see where you're coming from. I like it. It's communication, it's open-mindedness, and I like it. So I feel like this is someone that really you need in your life. And that's why they're coming into your life, because you both need each other in regards to that. So I like it. You're both very intelligent, but you're also not just intelligent, you're wise as well. So you guys have a lot of balance between head knowledge and world knowledge, but also wisdom. And I like that for you. Right. That's what they have for you, Goldie. So many blessings to you. And then Cutie, messages from the person on your mind. Oh. So let's see here. What messages does this person on your mind have to say to you here? All right. So we've got the Six of Pentacles hiding behind here, which is equal giving and receiving here. But there's this, I don't want to say dueling that's going on here because I feel like this is them with their Ace of Wands. And here's you, the Queen, with her Ace of Wands. And they're showing me like a defense against the arts class in Harry Potter where they're dueling. Um, back and forth, you know how they have like that where all the students, if you're a Harry Potter fan, all the students are gathered around this elevated table and they're both on either end and they're, you know, casting spells at each other. And it's not and for this I don't feel like it's not like out of evil intent, like I'm trying to hurt you. It's like you're learning and you're growing from each other. And I feel like the messages here are, it's about giving and receiving and being open to whatever you're giving to receive it and to allow them to also give and receive back. And I feel like there's an important message coming in here because I feel like there's this maybe some old beliefs around, that are bubbling below the surface that you have to overgive and you need to be the one giving so much to deserve to get so little. It comes down to this. We talk about it a lot here with the Six of Pentacles. There's this Take 10 with Zen playlist here, episodes 4 and 5. 5 is the one that talks about the Six of Pentacles specifically. So that's something to look at if that resonates there for you as well. But I feel like they're basically telling you that there's this need to be able to give and receive equally, but there's this out of balance giving belief that exists either in one of you or both of you, and it's something to be looked at. This is from the higher self of the person on your mind. Because the person on your mind, if they had a message, they'd be giving it to you. But I feel like um, either they feel they can't keep up and they can't match your giving, and so there's this message of I need to be able to, give and receive in whatever interactions, if that makes sense. All right, so that's what's coming in, cutie. Hopefully that makes sense to you there. But that's what's coming through from spirit. So many blessings to you. And then Empress Beauty, you are up next. Yep, I'm still taking donations. I'll be on for about 30 more minutes. So anyone that wants to prioritize their reading can donate. So absolutely, Maria. All right. So Empress Beauty, you wanted to know, will you be destined? Let's see. How will your destined partner be as a person? Okay, I get you. So it's a popular question here. In my um relationship readings, that's one of the one we bring those up in a lot of those because of the questions that a lot of you guys bring up. So I like it. All right. So we've got the Six of Pentacles coming back and making itself known here again. So your destined partner does, they are very secure in the outside world. They have enough for themselves that they also, you can see how they are giving to other people here. And so I like that. They're very balanced in the outside world. They understand the need to give and receive, and that they've received a lot, and they want to give back to society, give back to people in need, and I like that. Three of Cups, very joyful person too. They have a strong tribe of individuals, so very supported and very. I just like this balanced individual. They just are very joyful. They love to give and because of that, that's why they have a lot that they've received, but very supported with the Three of Cups here. They do have, a group of close people that they all it's I feel like they do love to give, and I feel like they, are very much I just feel so much about community, and support the community, and because of that, they're very involved in community, and so I like that very much, for the people. Very Aquarian energy, um, they're all about community and about giving and helping the community evolve as well. So I like that for you. All right, and that's what they have for you, Empress Beauty. And so many blessings to you. Right up your alley. I feel like you'd fit right in, and they'll be like, "Yes, we love her. She's part of us." So you don't have to worry about fitting into the group. They're just going to love you. All right, so that's what's coming in. And then YOLO, you are up next. So February month for you. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? All right. I did just get a donation through email, so I'll check that here in a sec. That's probably from you, Maria. All right. Wow, what a great month here for you, YOLO. You've got this Six of Wands, which is the victory and celebration, and I like that, energy. You're seen, you stand out, and so there is feelings of reward, and even with the Four of Pentacles, there's these feelings of solidness and balance and stability. That's the word I was looking for in the outside world here with that Four of Pentacles. So I like this. You feel very just solid and noticed and I won't say validated because I don't feel like you're looking for validation from the outside world, but you just feel noticed and honored and like, okay, wow, they recognize me for what I've done. And I like that. And the Four of Pentacles too feels like home. And I feel like something to do with your home life or what you would consider capital H home is of significance and in the month of February, but it does feel very victorious. So very bright February. All of our inner planets are direct too. We have a wonderful, you know, blessed time where all inner planets, which are Mercury and Venus and Mars, all of those are direct, and then all the outer planets are also direct for a little bit of time. So it's a great time of progression and planting and harvest that comes in. It's very much supported by all that energy. So that is what they have for you, YOLO. So enjoy your month of February. And if you want more information too, be sure to check out the 2024 energy forecast. The link is in the description box of the video or on my main page because it does give the whole year look as well. All right. So many blessings. All right. And then I did get to your donation here, Marie. Thank you so much for that. All right. And so let's check here. And Aisha, I do see your question. I will get to it in order, so you don't have to. Feel like you've entered it like 3 times, so you don't have to. I do see it, so you can stop posting it. I know sometimes YouTube it doesn't show on your side, so I get it, but I do see it. So I will go in order with the free readings. All right. So Maria, so I see your question here. Who is coming towards you with love this year? All right, great. And thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Who is coming towards you with love? All right. Got those and that one. All right. I did want that one from the bottom. Oh, and that one too. What else? What else about this individual? All right. Okay, that is it. So let's see what we got going on here. All right. A lot of threes coming in here. Wow. Okay. Then you get the Empress, which is number 3 too. So March is an important month. I feel that's coming in here. And so one of the first things they want you to look at here, you have the Seven of Swords, which is about thievery and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. that have deceived you and cheated you out of things in the past. And I feel like you have been, working on questioning your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, right? Around love and around things and going, okay, why do I believe that? And why is that there? And I see here a lot of it does. Here's your first three. It has a lot to do with heartache and heartbreak from the past around, marriage. And, this is the marriage card. These two came out together. So there is this pain around marriage and fear around marriage. And, so this Seven of Swords is about first, looking into these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets you have around this, and you're already left some behind. You still have some more in hand to, look at and transform from beliefs around fear and lower self-worth and all that fun stuff, and transforming it because you do have marriage destined in this lifetime to come in here. um you do get worried for marriage, right? You're like, ah. But so there's this getting to the root of the fears. Where are these fears coming from? What's at the root of them, right? Usually it's fear of rejection, fear of what people will think, blah blah blah, and all that. But it's like, we can look at it and go, okay, where is this fear? Because when we have these fears that are bubbling and we focus on the fears, that's what slows down and why we're not able to move forward in, with love. Because when we're focusing on lower vibration, we draw in lower vibration relationships and people and situations, and they don't work out, right? But when we start going, okay, what am I fearing and why? Okay, I'm releasing that and I'm getting to the root and seeing the lie for it is. And then we transform and we see the truth of things, higher vibrational truth, right? Because your next three that comes in, the Three of Swords is our fears, realizing expectations equal disappointment, that my heart could never be broken. We have these feelings of the prick in our heart that feels like our heart is breaking, but that's our heart going into fight or flight mode. It's the same thing as if someone scares you suddenly, you're like, but when we realize it's someone playing a joke on us, we're like, okay, nothing to be afraid of. We get calm again. But it's the emotional monsters that keep, whenever we feel heartbreak, it's fear on a loop. And until we look at that fear, that loops. And then when we realize, oh, that's stupid, that their actions mean something about me, that's stupid. Where did I learn that? Right. And we transfer that, right? Yeah. Well, let me finish your reading. No new questions. Let's finish your original question here, right? So the next thing that comes up here is you've got the Three of Pentacles, which is all about being true to your authentic self. So, this is someone that appreciates you for who you are. And so not, trying to be someone who you think people will love, but it's about being true to your authentic self and living your authentic life. This also would say that you meet someone by living your passions and doing what you love. So if you enjoy like pottery and you go to a pottery place that they allow you to use the potter's wheel and their kiln and their clay and all this stuff, and you meet someone there that you're doing your passion and they're doing the thing they love, and they're like, that's interesting, how did you do that? And they're like, well, I do this. I'm like, well, how are you doing that? And in this, living your passion, they're living their passion. You have this mutual passion, and then passion ignites this attraction. And you're like, hey, you want to grab a coffee? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, oh my God. And you're bit about pottery. And they're like, oh my God. But this is where the spark happens, and you both doing something you love, right? And you end up here with the other three. Here's the next three. So three and three and three, three of the threes out of the four suits. This is you taking a different direction than you normally would, and you go off and you're doing this, and so it's a different type of person than you would ever have chosen, because you're getting out of your head of all the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's, right? Of all the stuff, and there's this creativity that allows yourself to be expressed, and you don't have to try to pretend to be someone you're not because they were attracted to you for who you were and what you were doing. And I like this. And so this changes those directions, right? Because here's the queen of all threes, the major arcana empress, which is new birth, new beginnings, sensuality. It begins with mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing yourself and focusing on you though, and living your life, not trying to pursue and find love. You're loving yourself, you're doing things you love, and that's where you find love, in doing those things. But this is where it changes. This is where you have a new passion for life. This is you doing what you love, and the Page of Swords is about you're seeing things from a different perspective, and you're cutting away a lot of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and all of this. Um, I feel like when you're wondering, well, how would I can I see what the person looks like? It's like it's going to be someone you would normally wouldn't be like, you know, um, even attracted to before. It wouldn't have been someone that would have been in your on your list. And so they're like it's a scavenger hunt, and they don't want to really focus on who the person is because right now with all of this is all about focusing in on you. What do you love? What do you want to do? Where you're going to head? Living your passion, and then that's when it happens. And so they're like, nope, nope, nope. Not going to tell you. Not going to tell you. They don't want you to box yourself in. They want you to live this passion. They want you to head off on there. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. It's all about that and doing what you love, not trying to twist and contort yourself into being who you think someone would find attractive. It's like you be you and live and let this passion flow. And then that's where you meet, someone who they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love that you have pink hair and that you love doing pottery." That's just an example. But so, yeah, yeah, deep, right? Whoa, who knew? But that's what's coming in for you. And thank you again for your donation. I love it. Exciting March, and March is an important month for you. So, it's like between now and March, you're going out and doing things you love. And then March, I feel, is when, in doing things that you love, it's like, bam, coming in. So I like it. So many, many blessings to you. All right. You are very welcome. Yeah, it's not too far away. Let's see. Alexis, I'm not sure. I don't think I got to you in this one. I did, earlier. Yeah, because you asked me and I replied, on the previous, you had posted a comment on, earlier today's, right? But I don't think I've gotten to yours in this one. Do you have a question in this one? There's a long list here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see you down there. Yeah, you're still quite a few away, so I may not get to you in this session, but I think I have enough here. I might actually end up coming back on this evening after I finish, with my praying mantis session, because I do have a lot of requests here. So, all right, so that was it for Maria. Thank you again for your donation. And we're continuing back up with the free readings. We left off with Divine Goddess. So, Divine Goddess, any blessings coming to you soon? All right, let's take a look here. What do we have happening? Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like you have here the Nine of Wands. There's this opening that happens. I feel like you've been really focusing um, on this whatever this block has been with this Nine of Wands here, there's this opening that comes in here. It's like you can see something that you've been busting your head up against the wall over and over again. There it goes. Because they've got a bandage on their head. So it's like hitting your head against a wall. Well, there's this opening that happens, It is ignited here, though, through some things that you're doing here with the Emperor card, because the Emperor is Aries energy, it's action. They are, the Emperor steps out from all these opinions everyone's been saying, and they are like, you know what, this is my kingdom, I make the rules, I know what I'm going to do, this is putting form around what you're wanting to accomplish and do, and then taking action. And it's like this decision there. If you've ever heard the story, it's one of my mom's favorite stories from the Christian Bible, where um it's Moses, and they're taking Israelites out of Egypt, and they've been in the desert, and they're about to cross the Dead Sea, or a sea. Like, I don't know I don't think it's the Dead Sea, but it's the sea. And it talks about, oh, he parted the waters, right? And what but there's a detail in there that my mom likes, just really loves, because when his toe hit the water is when it parted. It didn't part and then he took in, it's like he chose to take a step forward, and when his toe touched the water, that's when the waters parted. And this is like what's happening here with this wall. It's because of you taking action toward it is what opens it up. Waiting for it to open up before you take action, it doesn't happen. It's you stepping forward, suddenly, "Woo, yeah," the waters part. So I like this for you. This is a blessing. It's like you're taking this action and things just start opening up. And that's what happens, like, when, like, I know there's so many examples in my life where, like, I was gonna move, and, and nothing was happening, and when I made a decision and made a step, suddenly everything fell into place, and I'm like, "Whoa, what just happened?" And it's like, well, that's what happens, and I feel like that's the blessing that's coming in for you. So that's what they have for you, Divine Goddess. So many blessings to you. Yeah, Alexis, you'll probably be in the next session later this evening, because you are several down, and I'm only going to be on for about 14 more minutes in this session. So it's a good, if anyone does want theirs moved next, a donation of any kind, I will prioritize it. Otherwise, I'm going to just finish out a few more free readings, and then I will be coming back later this evening. I'm usually going to finish around, let's see, it's almost 8 my time. So I'm usually on for about an hour or so with my praying mantis, and then I'm going to eat late dinner because I didn't eat, and then I'll be back in probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. So, all right, just to give you guys an idea on timing. All right. So, Shri Vidya, you are up next for the next free reading. Do you already know your future spouse? Ooh, mysterious. Let's ask Spirit. So, does Shri know her future spouse? All right. I don't feel like you do yet, because you've got the Sun card with a little baby in here, and the Three of Pentacles here is about being true to your authentic self. It just feels like 3 is the number of birth of the Empress, and new birth, things being created and created in the outside world, and then just this little baby newness is coming in here for me. So I don't feel like you know them yet with these cards here. Leo season, which is, but Leo comes, I'm trying to think here. Leo, I think, is August 21st to September 21st. No, July 21st to August 21st. I almost feel like I know you're like, what, that far away? But I feel like Leo, either Leo season or El Leo is important, but I don't feel like you know him yet. So easy breezy, short and easy question. I know you're like, but I want to know more. But that Three of Pentacles, I feel like they are a creative person, because the Three of Pentacles is they're very true to their authentic selves. With Leo energy are about standing out and artistic. That Three of Pentacles is creating something. They have this energy of standing out. And I feel like a lot of Leo energy coming in. So that's what they have for you, Shri. So many blessings to you. All right. And then attitude of gratitude, you're the next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you, Johanna, for your additional donation. All right. You don't want to save your money for to knit a sock for your phone? I just remembered we were talking about that. That was funny. So hey, and you can as many as you want, and you can ask as many questions as you want. Yeah. What is going on in love? Let's take a look here for you here. Let me just shuffle these up here. All right. So let's take a look here. What's going on in love? What is going on in love for you here? I did want that one first. I do want that one in these. Yeah, and this Three of Pentacles is coming up a lot. It's all about, well, it makes sense because we're in Aquarius energy. And so there is a lot of energy around being true to our authentic selves and being quirky and weird. I'm Aquarius sun. So that explains a lot. I know, right? All right, let's take a look here. All right. So here is the Four of Wands, which is the marriage card, but it's also celebration and joy and a gathering of some sort coming in here too. We've got the Strength card here, which is Leo energy. We're talking about Leo energy, and I don't know if there's some sort of wedding or gathering that's coming up either in Leo season or that involves like a Leo um, individual that's having a wedding or a gathering. If you are invited to a wedding or a gathering of some sort, I definitely. Oh, you're a Leo. So, you know, if you're invited to some sort of gathering and get together, but you're not getting married, yeah, I would definitely attend it. I feel like there's, um, like I said, a gathering that's coming together. I feel like Leo season's too far away. I feel like it's something much nearer here. You are given the time here with the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is like there's this here's the regular relationships we have and the emotional stuff that comes in the outside world, relationship situations and things, but these are not fulfilling for us. And so there is this period of time that's going on here that you're being offered this higher love. It's the love from above. It's connecting to our higher, spiritual path and spiritual truths, that higher spiritual love that's coming in here. Got Four of Wands and Four of Cups too. Emotional stability, energetic stability, but these fours coming in here for you. Uh, so I feel like April is an important month regarding love. And you got March here with two threes. You got two threes and two fours. And but here's joy and celebration and being true to your authentic self. And so we definitely have this, you know, gathering. Again, here's celebration. So I feel like you've got like March celebrations, you've got April celebrations, and these are very important. It would be like you meet someone at a celebration, like a gathering of friends or gathering of family or something, and you're like, "Hey," and you meet them. I don't feel like your this love yet. So I feel like you meet them here at this event in March, and then you see them again in April, and it's like you're meeting each other, and I feel like in April, you're like, "All right, we keep on bumping into each other. Are you stalking me?" I just feel like there's this, um, "Well, hey," and because I feel like in March, like, numbers are not, exchanged or whatever. You get to meet each other, and you get introduced, and you talk, but I feel in April is a big month for you guys. I just feel like you really really get to sit with each other and talk and spend significant time, and I feel like that's where, things kind of start moving forward. You have the Six of Swords too. So there's this changing of thought and belief and mindset and movement that comes in here. And I do feel like it's important for you to be open minded. The Three of Pentacles is about being true to our authentic selves and being different. And I feel like they are different, which is good. It is this quirky type of energy, because you do have the Page of Pentacles, which is the new opportunity opens up, and it does end up here with relationship. So I feel like it's a important time here, and the energies in March and April. It starts like now, today, January 27th, where I'm at. It starts the directness and the sweet energy of the planets are all about meeting new people and movement forward in things and birthing of things. So it is definitely a ripe time. So I definitely feel like March and April are a lot of gatherings. But if you have something else that you're invited to in the last week of this month or February, I still encourage you to go because, yeah, celebrations, a lot of celebrations coming up here and gatherings. And I just feel like it's important for you to get out there and attend events. Hmm, or throw a party, right? You're like, "Hey, I've got if I am gonna meet people, I might as well initiate it." No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to throw a party. I feel like you're being invited to gatherings, and so it's important. Because gatherings and you get invited to some gatherings, that gets you invited to other gatherings, that get you invited to other gatherings, so definitely. Um, I like it. I like it for you. So that is in the cards for you, Johanna, and I appreciate your donation. Aisha, you're going to be. I'm not going to get to you in this session. I will be back in a couple hours. I'm going to come back on and finish out the free readings, but in like 3 minutes, I'm headed over to my praying mantis session. I'm going to take a little break and eat something, and then come back refreshed and finish out the free readings. So I know, Johanna, right? You're like, interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. So let's see here. And I say, so probably time I can get one more in here with attitude of gratitude. You were the next free reading, and you wanted anything significant, like any significant event coming up for you. Well, you know, maybe you're going with Johanna to her significant event. All right, let's take a look here. So, any significant event coming up here? All right. Well, you have here the Seven of Swords and you have the Empress. I feel like there is a significant event because this is a new birth, significant new birth, a new, um, you know, uh, like I said, new birth, new harvest. So there's definitely something new coming in here. But it does take you here with the Seven of Swords to move past these limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that might have restricted you and kept you back before. So I feel like, there is this whatever, I know for me, like I'm a huge introvert. And if people invite me out to parties and stuff, I'm like, you don't even know me, because my true friends are like, no, you don't invite him. You can invite him to parties, but just know that he's not going to go. But if you want to spend time with him, you invite him out for lunch with just you two, or two other people and him. Because large groups, I'm like, ugh, shallow. You don't really get to talk. You just interact, right? So my friends know, my true friends. And so I kind of feel like that there's this kind of like, you know what? I have to like get past my, "Uh, okay, I will go to this thing." And every once in a while, if spirit nudges me, then I go. And I feel like this is what's happening is spirit's nudging you to go to this, event that's coming up that, allows, but you have to get past some of these preconceived ideas like, man, I'm not really into that. I don't go to comedy shows, but you get invited to a comedy show and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go. and then great things happen. And so I feel like that's what's coming in here for you. This event, it's the trigger of other events. So I like this energy. It's like Johanna's energy and your energy are a lot alike, with a little bit of twists of differences. But I feel like there is a significant event that's coming up, but it's something you normally wouldn't go do, but you have to get over that for this particular situation. You don't have to like say forever I will go to comedy shows, but it's like this one is an exception, and definitely make an exception for what you normally would not go to. All right. So that's what's coming in for you. Attitude of gratitude. All right. So now I'm going to grab some screenshots here, because when I come back later, I'm going to continue to go in order of the of how these came in, and I will post a pinned comment when I come back to that read and do that reading, that will list in order of how I did the reading, so you can find your reading easier, right? And I'll come back to here and post a also a sorry, it's hard for me to do two things at once very well. I will come back to this video and post a link to that video and list who I completed there. So if you're wondering, did you complete mine here or no? And I'm like, yeah, I did. All right. So let me just grab these here. All right. Sure, Rishi, I got you in there, and Kritika. So, for everyone, I'm headed off to my praying mantis session for my members now, and I'll be back to complete free readings. The the rules are, you just post your question in the chat, and if you want to post it right now, Kritika, I'll grab it before I head off here in 2 seconds, and I will come back later. I'm going to be out for about an hour or so with my praying mantis members. It's part of their perks. Is after every one of these free readings, I spend time with them. We learn stuff, we read stuff, we do readings and all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested, you can check out the description box of the video. It will give you links to find out about YouTube memberships. $7.99 a month for that. All right, very good. Thank you, Kritika. So I'll grab that real quick here. And thanks for being a new subscriber, by the way. So so that's what I'll do, and so it's going to be about an hour and a half, because I do want to eat something um, and um, and regather my energies, and then I shall be back here. I know I'll have a lot of critikas, and I'm very happy. Um, yeah, I've got a few critikas. That's what I was like, critica, you're not new, and I'm like, oh, this is not one of my regular critikas. So I think I have 3 that, at least that I remember. So you are number 3. I love them. Great things come in threes. All right, everybody, I shall return. Thank you again for all your love and support, and all the thumbs up too, um, on the video. It does um, help, definitely. Yeah, yeah, right, in India. So it does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for giving it a thumbs up, and I will return in about an hour and a half or so to finish out the free readings. So many, many blessings, and know as you're going throughout every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your night or day wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. Until then, much love, and you guys take care.